Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is September 5th, 2025. It is 3:20 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1, I don't know if video number 1 is gonna have 2 parts, but it's on Duchess of Sussex. I have not edited yet. I'm just continuing recording. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. This video is gonna be very short. It's only 3 tweets. This is the first one. I see on my timeline folks are making the with love Meghan sourdough bread. This busy mama loves Duchess Meghan's method, and here's why. All right, so let's listen. I didn't even try. Okay, I don't even know how to make bread. If I want to, I could look and learn, but I'm not interested about that. But let's watch.
Okay, you know me. Walk here, doing things on the fly. Okay, that's what you know about me so far. All my videos are just spur of the moment, what I can do. You should be watching with Love Meghan because it's pure love and joy. So I'm going to do her sourdough starter, and what I liked about it, it's a little different. Whether she invented it, created it, or it was her idea, it doesn't bother me. The way my story is, she uses 2 jars. So she takes the sourdough starter and puts it in a clean jar, which makes it so much easier and cleaner. And then you feed it into the new jar, which works so much better. So then I did thing one, and now I have thing one and thing two. It just left a little hard for me. But anyway, you should go. There's a website that shows you all the recipes that she's been doing all season. I'm going to let you know how this goes. I might even record it next time. I can't wait to eat this bread. Okay, you know.
All right, so there's that. I just love watching others do the work, and if one of y'all can just hand me the finished product to taste test, now that's where I excel. That's me right there. I didn't even read that comment. Now that's where I excel. Oh my God, right? LOL. Preach, sis, preach. Keep us posted. Excited. Me too. Well said. That's a ad. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm telling you, we watch it for the joy of the moment and to distract us and things like that. But not all of us wants to do all of that cooking. Like for instance, the one what do you call it? One post pasta thing, whatever she did. I've been doing it without even knowing, but differently. My kids are more into the cheese thing and things like that. So I might have recorded something on WLM Sussex a long time ago, way before Meghan did her show, where I was doing my cooking. It's somewhat what do they call it? One pot pasta or something like that, but it's a different way. The way she does it is just different ingredients and things like that. Me, it's mostly for the cheese. For the kids, I don't even eat it. Okay? Hey, who's that? THR, the Hollywood Reporter. Okay. Hey, the Hollywood Reporter. Can you please make it make sense? Meghan Markle, Will Smith. Okay, so let's listen to this. Alright. Will Smith has found a new home at Paramount Picture, inking a first look deal focusing on developing 4-quadrant theatrical movies, emphasizing project based on IP and franchise play. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but let's listen to him. I think he has, what's his name? Dre? Yeah, Dre. He has a YouTube channel, but I'm curious to see what he has to say because there's Meghan here.
So when Will Smith gets a first look deal, great. But when Meghan gets her first look deal, that's a downgrade? Hey guys, please make sure that you are following this page, liking this video, sharing this video, and also follow me on all platforms. Now let's get back to this video. It's no surprise that the Hollywood Reporter is writing like this, and I've also seen this in other public, no, actually, it's tabloids now. The Hollywood Reporter and others are becoming tabloids at this point. But it's no surprise that the double standards is like clear in our face, literally sitting on top of each other. But the thing is, this is just what it is right now. No streaming network, no network or studio is giving out those multi-million-dollar deals anymore like they did a few years ago. But the point is, Meghan is not the only one who's getting first look deals. But somehow, when she's doing it, it is looked at as like a downgrade. But that's only to cover their asses because for the past 3 or 4 years, they've been telling us Netflix is going to drop them, they're going to drop them, they're going to drop them. And then Netflix end up not only invested into her lifestyle brand, they also gave her another deal. And so because they didn't get the Netflix drop Meghan and Harry on the asses headline or narrative, they got to pivot and move the goalpost yet again. These places, like Hollywood Reporter, they are being funded by dark money. They are being controlled by rich and powerful people. There is a legit attack, orchestrated, strategic attack to bring down this woman. Everything that you read about this woman when it comes to negativity is being pushed on you for a reason. Be careful. And more of this is going to come out even more. Because now the American media is starting to do something weird, which I knew they were going to do eventually because of the clicks. But be very careful because it's going to get worse.
If you've been following me on both of my channel, PYTE and WLM Sussex, you should not be surprised by any of these. Okay?
I find it hard to see who is the winner here. I mean, Prince Harry goading the press is only and forcing the press into humiliating payouts is not going to be particularly good for the Sussexes. And it's certainly not great for the press, which is on the hook. I think the total payouts for phone hacking and other illegal information gathering is up to 1 billion, and there are many, many more cases to try. So my point about all this is, I think we only have losers here, and it's in all our interests that we have a strong, vigorous and honest press. And if it was strong, vigorous and honest, I agree that the press would have reported more on the judgment, the Prince Harry judgment that came through on Friday, than it did. It was basically a broadcast story, far more than it was a print story. And of course, the print and broadcast are in competition, so you can sort of understand that. So my question is, who wins out of this? Has Prince Harry done the press lasting damage? Do you think that as a result of the judgment that went against Mirror Group newspapers, we're going to see some sort of state regulation of the press? I genuinely hope not. I don't want the press to be in the last chance saloon at all. I want to see newspapers thrive. This is my industry, and I think it's in all our interests that we have a thrive. And we got the most wonderful newspapers in the world in this country. You read the newspapers in the States or in France, they're very dull. They're not entertaining at all. I think that we can have both a serious and an entertaining press. And that's what I want to see survive. I don't want to see Prince Harry destroy the industry I love.
They don't report the news, they create it. And they've successfully turned fact-based news into opinion-based gossip with devastating consequences for the country.
Because the key things that I was seeing, I highlight them, I share my opinion, and I show you what was being displayed. Everything is displayed in front of us. Especially if you were following deep into Harry's cases with the media, you would have found the significant papers, like for instance Byline, for instance, all right, those who was there for the right reason. You would have seen the clue, all right, about the Will Lewis type of thing, the murder connection, and all of that. Okay, I explained all of that. Go on WLM Sussex, especially like 2 or 3 years ago. Go to the old videos. You'll see things about the issues with the tabloid and Harry. And the thing with Ravik, I found out about Ravik by myself, and it's later on, okay, maybe a year later, it was being discussed. It's through my research, and I was looking, I was like, what Ravik is, and I went and searched and this and that, and then later on it's become more common. Because now the paper were talking about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I discovered. Like, no, I don't. When I was doing my research, I came across what Ravik was, the connection, why Harry was not getting his security, the implication of all the key government offices. I found it by myself. Just check my videos. Okay, whatever I share with you, I was doing the research and sharing with you. It's just that there's a bit refinement in a way, not to the professional level, but there are things I cut out that I felt should not be put, But pretty much everything is playing out in front of us. And you should not be surprised by what he's saying, and I agree with him. Alright, that outlet has been shown their asses to be tabloid and bias trashed. I've long blocked them. And this is why we defend her, because they do the bidding for the royals PR. So now attack Meghan for everything they join the hate campaign on behalf of the royals. Okay, they already infested the US in that aspect. There's one of the videos that I did yesterday. I don't think it's public yet on WLM Sussex regarding Farage that was on Capitol Hill. He was being grilled by what's this politician in the US. They're trying to take over here. Whatever nonsense that you see going on in the UK, it's over here as well, but in a more destructive way, because they got politicians in the US who's doing that for them. Now, what's happening here, there are some people who were in the dark who's starting to see what's happening. Some MAGAs, I don't know, there's no help for them because their head is still under the sand, but we shall see. One thing for sure, with all the mess that's going on in the US, just know, in my humble opinion, America is already disarmed. okay, disarmed. If we are being attacked, most likely we cannot defend ourselves, okay? For all those MAGAs, they don't care. Okay, next tweet, and this is my last one. Most people at my job have read Prince Harry's Spare. There's the shade here. That was an interesting and random thing to learn today in a meeting. She's laughing, and there's the shade. Okay, so did you ask them their thought on the book? Since people talk about how they loved it, and that Prince Harry's family and the UK did him dirty. There's the looking eye here. But the chat was brief because we had to leap into the work meeting. There's that. Sam's Spare changed so many minds. Was pleasantly surprised. Facts. There's that. It's your cousin, of course. They're gonna read it. LOL. He's the only interesting one left from that family. There's the laugh here. You also right, sis. My cousin is the only cool one. Remind me of a team meeting I was in. A co-worker, yes she was, started to saying something, trying to say something, I guess that's what, I unmuted with the quickness to say careful, I'm a fan. Then several other co-workers of all ages, ethnicities, and many of the men unmuted to champ the team Sussex. That shut her up. That was fun to read. There's that here. I was shocked to learn from my workmates here in Uganda that there were PDF version available and people were sharing and reading Spare left, right, and center. Just know reading Spare was a movement. Alright, I like your workplace, co-workers, colleagues. It didn't get on the best sellers list for no reason. Exactly. Okay? And then the others, I remember when the book came out, they were buying it and then burning it. And I was like, oh, go buy some more, go burn some more. Okay, so this is extra. Alright, all these are extra. I didn't have this on my list. I was pretty much done. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna go over it really quickly. The Derangers were super furious and concerned about my finances yesterday because I apparently pawned their queen crown to buy As Ever Official, As Ever Rosé products. Anyway, here is the second half of my order. All thanks to the Queen of England. Squad or something. This is what brings the squad joy right now with the chaos that's going on around us. With love, Meghan is the best show on Netflix. It's a show full of laughter, fun, friendship, and kindness. Great job, Archwell Production. Alright, 32 seconds, there'll be screenshot. He is so funny. There were two things I liked in the show. Here's the first season. No, was it the first or second season? Where I could see why Meghan get along with him very well. Alright, so there's that. I have to put screenshot. Let's pause this. She refused to sell her soul for positive headlines and retain her light. Yeah, and that's why they didn't get nonsense from Hollywood about her when she was dating Harry, because as soon as they were aware Meghan was dating Harry, they quickly sent their dogs to the US to find out things about her.
know we can rely on you for being a great guy. So what an incredible friend you were to Meghan Markle is. Have you guys hung out at all since then?
No, we haven't spoken. She just wrote me a very nice thank you letter and I framed it, and that was very nice of her to do. She just appreciated that I was honest, but it's so funny that we live in a time where everyone's like, it's such a big deal. I just did the right thing. Right. You know, it's okay to feel like that should be the norm and the status quo, but it's like, whoa, it's so crazy. He told the truth. I think we should all be a little more honest.
Well, thank you for doing the right thing.
Meghan Markle's bid to win a summary judgment in her case against the publishers of the Mail on Sunday will be streamed live to the public in what has been called a watershed moment for English and Welsh civil courts, Byline Investigates can report. Mr. Justice Warby, the judge in the Duchess of Sussex's action against Associated Newspapers over its 2019 publication of personal letters to her father, has ruled the public can log on to the virtual hearing.
Why were you so interested in Prince Harry?
Well, it's not a case of me being interested. It was a case of the editors made it very clear that you put Prince William on the front of a newspaper. He doesn't sell as many copies as Prince Harry. So Harry had become, as explained to me by a couple of editors, Harry had basically become the new Diana. They were much more interested in Harry than William. He didn't really get up to much. He didn't do much. He wasn't much of a subject for a tabloid newspaper. He was just, there was nothing there until he met Kate. My actions were ruthless, but they were, and I'm not making the excuse, but they were ruthless because I was greedy and because I was into my cocaine and I was living in a fake state of grandeur.
What sort of culture in a media allows...
Ruthless. They absolutely have got no morals.
Then when you look back on what you did,
yeah,
specifically on the Princes, how does it make you feel?
Bad. Because I basically was part of a group of people that robbed him of his normal teenage years.
This is why they hired that PI. Maybe I should dug up some old videos about that incident. To get her social security, her phone record, all sort of things. They didn't find anything because she stayed true to herself. And those parties that these Hollywood people usually have is somewhat to frame these people, put them in a compromised position, probably sell them drugs as well, be under the influence, and then they get them hooked and then get them in compromised position and hold that against them for them to submit to their demand. All right, let's see here. Okay, so there's the music. Let me just go through it really quickly. There's that. This is what the squad was saying on my other video that I recorded prior to this on Happy Team Sussex. She's always on red carpet, alright? So she knows what's up, how to keep herself in her hair in comparison to what's going on Twitter right now with the left behinders, the wig. Alright, so that, okay. All these are extra, okay? Akilah with a special delivery from Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Let me go into it so it could be bigger. Hopefully there's no music.
Open it up and see what's inside. I'm having a girlfriend over for tea in an hour and a half, and I know she sent me something that will make tea time extra special. My girlfriend is visiting me all the way from Atlanta, so I'm gonna do my southern take on Meghan's signature thumbprint cookie recipe that she included in my gift box. We're still harvesting thousands of peaches for my family's ranch, so I thought that making a peach cobbler thumbprint cookie would be the perfect surprise for my friend. Before you get started on your cookie dough, it's time to make your peach cobbler filling. I added 2 peaches, white and brown sugar, butter and cinnamon to a skillet. Cook on low so you don't burn your sugar. These cookies are buttery and delicious, so I knew a peach cobbler filling would go perfect with them.
The key thing she just said here, when you're cooking the sugar, cook it on low so it doesn't get burned. Alright, so I don't do this type of thing, so I just learned something. You know what else I learned from Meghan? It was from one of her cooking appearance that she was in, where she said what is it, when you're cooking protein like chicken or something like that, you cook it on low heat as well. So that I learned from Meghan, literally. Maybe some other people have said it, but it's to Meghan's video that she was either a judge in or she was doing something to cook. Was it the Matt Lauer thing? I don't remember which one she said it, but she said to cook it in low heat. I don't know. Okay.
To make sure you can taste the peach throughout, I'm going to be using peach preserves we made last week and adding that directly into our cookie dough. Our cookie dough is done, so it's time to get our stations ready. I'm going to be rolling the cookies into balls and then tossing them into my cinnamon sugar mixture. I'm going to be filling half the cookies with the peach cobbler mixture and the other half with our peach preserves. Now it's time to get started on our tea. Citrus always goes so well with peaches, so last week I harvested these oranges, and at the farm we have so much lavender, which makes the perfect mint, lavender, and citrus black tea. After I preheated my teapot, the cookies were done, and they are phenomenal, guys. To me, this spread just screams fall, and it was the perfect way to make my Georgia peach of a friend feel right at home in Southern California. Thank you, Meghan, for making this afternoon so fun.
I'm like one of that squaddy that I just read the comment here. I'm not into all of that, but I'm a good taste tester for you guys. Call me when you're done. What I like about this is she has her own garden. I remember a while back, could have been, I'll say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, in a video, I was talking about how Americans like to have their lawn to be just grass and things like that, where in that particular video, and I was saying something, why don't they grow you know, food, whatever plant that they could grow food on, instead of keeping that grass empty. I think now, with especially with what's going on in the United States with Trump type of tariff and business going out of business and farmers are losing and all of that, this is where that would have been perfectly used right now. People growing their own food on their lawn. Okay, love the mutual admiration between these two fabulous women. Love this. I like how she made the cookie bigger. Hope they collaborate on something. I don't know who she is. I'll be right over. Blessing, beautiful. Yeah, this is nice. What else? This was extra. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna put them on the list now. So now let's do a prayer. Prayer for, let's do protection and safety. Image, whatever is here. Okay. I pray God guides your steps, shielding you from all harm, accidents, and danger by his mighty hand of protection. That's pretty simple, short, and good. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so I'm still editing yesterday's recording. Alright, so that's what I'll be editing right now. There might be 2 parts because it's over an hour. Or this recording is over an hour. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching.